All right, welcome back, COSA 50, folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Thursday, everyone. It is 9:30 in the morning, and that means I am in the Canvas live chat until noon today. So if you have questions, feel free to drop on into the chat. You can also see me in person tomorrow, Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Just drop on by the COS Computer Lab in M229. Anyway, in this video, I want to talk to you about week 4. I know quite a number of you have already jumped ahead to chapter 6. You've been working on your exams, but I want to make sure we're all on the same page here. So without further ado, let's dive right on in. Okay, so here we are in Canvas. Just as a friendly reminder, make sure that you're keeping up with the announcements in the class. Okay, so you have your announcements here, and in the dashboard you also have this icon right here, so make sure you're keeping up with the announcements. Also, Canvas inbox, make sure you're checking it for messages. Not too long ago I sent out messages to those who haven't been working on their early TFS chapters, and it's real easy to do, by the way. It doesn't take me a whole lot of time to send out these messages. All it is just go into the Canvas gradebook and then, one click message those who haven't earned a grade. It's real easy to do that. So make sure you're staying on top of things. You don't want to be falling behind this early in the game. Okay. It's real easy to get points on the training sims. They do have to be turned in on time, so don't leave those points on the table. Okay. So with that out of the way, I do want to clarify something that I said yesterday in lecture regarding chapter 4, and it has to do with Windows libraries, because libraries in Windows have a totally different meaning than the library folder in Mac OS and by extension iOS and iPad OS. Okay. In Mac OS, the library folder is where your configuration files are stored, okay, your preferences. It's hidden by default, and in iOS and iPad OS, you can't really get to the library folder, and with good reason, right? You shouldn't go try looking there on your mobile device. On Linux and Unix system, those are your dot files. But in Windows, the equivalent is what's called app data, and that's another hidden folder. But that's where your user configuration files are. Now, you can see here in Windows, libraries, it's hidden by default. Okay, matter of fact, if I right click here in the File Explorer navigation pane, you can see that Show Libraries is unchecked. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it on just to show you. Here's the Libraries folder, and it's akin to tags or labels in other operating systems. So rather than searching around different folders, trying to find your documents, or let's say your music files in particular, you can add them to your library and be able to access them in one click. But, there is a reason why Microsoft has hidden libraries by default. Okay, not a whole lot of people tend to use it, I guess, but I just wanted to make sure we've cleared that up. Okay, so moving onward. Let's get into week 4 here. It's already open and available. Some of you have already started. We're going to cover safety and security on Monday. Hey, we finally have a Monday class meeting for once. So we're going to go over chapter 6, and there's a couple of things in the material that I'm not too crazy about. Okay, this stuff was published pre-pandemic, and when it comes to your safety and security, whether it's with your data or with your systems, or even physical security if you're in an organization, things have changed quite a bit in such a short time. So you don't want to miss that lecture. We'll go over what you need to know, but also I'm going to share some best practices with you. I know some of you have already done chapter 6, but you don't want to miss out on that. Wednesday is your exam day as before. I'm giving you the entire class meeting to work on your TFS exams for chapters 4, 5, and 6. So again, you're going to have the whole class meeting on Wednesday to work on this. If you're already done, well, that's a day you don't have to come to class. Okay, but I am trusting that you will have everything completed on time. And then just to show you here where we are in the course. So here's week 4. All of your TFS material is due on Sunday, March 3rd. Remember that training sims do have to be turned in on time. You don't want to be leaving those points on the table. Exams will be accepted late, but they will have a 10% per day reduction. And then you can see for weeks 5 and 6, we're going to get into Microsoft Word, and then eventually with PowerPoint, and you have your spring break. And then on the back end, it's all about spreadsheets and databases with Excel and Access. So that's where we are at, and that's where we are going in this course. So let's make sure we max out this early in the game. Okay, don't leave points on the table. Have a good weekend, folks. Again, here's the live chat. I'll be hanging out here until noon. If you need further support, you have the COS tech support, our instructional assistants. You can see them in person in M229. So with that said, take care of yourselves out there, and I will see you all Monday.